Hey everyone, NWA Prepper here, and this video is about why I believe you need more medical. And I don't mean more medical as in the company M-O-O-R-E, though I like more medical a little bit. Bandages and bandages and consumables are really what I'm talking about. Q-tips, 4x4s, rolled gauze, non-adhering dressings, absorbent pads or surgical dressings, drainage or drains, which are just long pieces of cloth, tube gauze, consumable trauma treatment bandages, band-aids, meaning the bandages as in like a non-adhering pad and tape, a band-aid, little bandage. You need lots of those, and you need to store them properly. You want them as much as so if it has an adhesive or an additive, the antimicrobial or antibacterial treatments, then you want those to be as climate controlled as possible. If it's just a rolled gauze or just bulk 2x2s or something, or 4x4s, then they'll store better. Everything stores better outside of drastic temperature changes and extreme heat. But we can't all store everything in our house, so I understand. But certainly things that have medication in them, or over-the-counter medicines, and your Tylenol, your naproxen, your ibuprofen, your Pepto-Bismol, those things, they store way better and way longer in temperature-controlled environments. So those things are available over the counter and are fairly easy for us to get to. They're important. When you get just a regular, and you can't even see it right there, there is a scar on my hand right there in the knuckle. When you get just a cut, now that one was significant, but when you get a cut, you have to keep it clean and covered. Keeping it clean is the biggest thing. And so you're going to need things to do that. You're going to need things to scrub it out and to clean it. You're going to need, triple antibiotic ointment or Neosporin or Mycetration, whatever you find or like. You're going to need, alcohol or peroxide, even though there's science against that. There's still science for it too. So you're going to need those things. And to do that, even with a simple cut, you have to change the bandage anytime that it gets dirty, sweaty, wet, or it's on there for a long time. You don't want to leave a bandage there because the bacteria grows in the bandage, and the principle is any drainage goes into the bandage or bleeding into the bandage. And instead of sitting there and festering, you remove it when you change the bandage. You remove the bandage and the microbes and the bacteria and things that are growing on that bandage, and you remove it. You clean the wound and you cover it with a fresh, clean bandage. And you're going to have to do this repeatedly. Just a regular cut on your finger is 3 or 4 or more days of treatments, and that's just the things you notice. Imagine a large gash in your leg, from a tree or a chainsaw, heaven forbid a chainsaw. Any injury that is just a soft tissue injury that we're just going to bandage is going to require way more bandages than you think. Way more. Some things you're going to change every day. Some things you're going to change a couple of times a day. And the cleaner that you keep a wound, the better and quicker it will heal. And so you need to be prepared to do that. And so when I make these videos on my bargain preps, and I say that because I just spent my month's budget on more bandages. And it's like, even people in my own circle, in my own mag and in my own circle, not so much my mag, but in my other circles, they're like, man, you bought more bandages? Don't you have enough bandages to mummify everybody? Well, I really don't. And I know that because of my career path. You know, I've used as many, Kerlex is a big bulky 4x4 inch by several yard 12 layer big bulky rolled gauze. And there have been numerous injuries that we've used 2 and 3 and 4 of those on one injury, on one cut, on one, you know, one spot of bleeding. And to have to do that a couple times a day, oh my goodness. You know, those are expensive. Those are $2 a piece. Sometimes you can find them cheaper, but as a rule, they're $2. You know, and if you're going to use, you know, 2 of them, that's even just that, 2 of them every time, and you don't have to change it but every day, you know, that's still, in a week, that's still 14 of them. That's still, you know, $28. The point is when you can pick up more bandages, more Band-Aids, more 2x2s, more big Band-Aids, more Ace wraps, that's what I was showing you, is then you need to pick them up because you're going to use them. You're going to need them. And those are something you can use every day. You should be using those every day. I'm not a big fan of electrical tape and duct tape on wounds, only because of the adhesive. If you put a 2x2 or something to keep that adhesive off the wound, wrap it up. Oh, yeah. But it still needs to be changed. Even though you wrap duct tape around a cut finger, that duct tape will stay there for 2 weeks. It doesn't need to. It needs to be changed and cleaned and dressed often. And so that's why I continually buy bandages and over-the-counter things as often as I can. I still stay within my budget. Occasionally I overstep, but as a general rule, I stay within my budget. My budget is little. It's $20 a payday. You know, there are times that I'm blessed that there are times that with my 2 jobs, sometimes I get to do that, you know, 3 or 4 times a month because I get paid several times. So you can do it. You can build up your medical preps. It just takes some effort. And I find things on clearance. I find things on Facebook Marketplace. I actually am just found a box of stuff on Facebook that a family was donating to another family, and that family, what they couldn't use or they didn't know what it was, they separated it out, and I took it, and some of it I can use, some of it I know how to use, some of it I don't, but some of it I thought of a different use for it, and it's great to have. Keep your eyes open, and remember you're going to need a lot of it. And if you can't get it, it's going to be just like the toilet paper, the great toilet paper shortage of 2020. You're going to wish that you had it, or you're going to be grateful that you did. Let's get ready, everyone, together.